Curio Closeout Store, 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Hi, this is Jack O'Brien, and I could tell you stories. Everett Mitchell, 75. Spent his whole lifetime being a good citizen. He follows the rules, he pays his taxes, he tithes to his church, he keeps his car and his golf cart under the speed limit, and he volunteers at the Antioch Soup Kitchen in Wildwood. Well, last week, Rhett was waiting in an exam room for his annual physical with Dr. Hammond over at the Citrus Center Medical Arts Building. Now, Rhett is the most straight-laced guy you're ever going to meet, which makes the fix he got himself into even more painful. They stuck him in one of those cold waiting rooms with the posters and anatomical charts, but this one had a flat-screen TV, just a little bigger than an iPad, hooked to the end of a long metal gooseneck and positioned to be right at eye level if you're sitting down. So Rhett is interested in it because it has his name on it, it's personalized for his visit, recommends his proper weight, his appropriate level of exercise, his calorie intake, and it even showed him his current medications. So after a couple minutes of medical history and animations, a silhouette of the human body appears with a title over it that reads, "Do you have any medical questions today?" Well, he thought this is a great way to ease his anxiety about his exam, particularly the part he dreaded, the humiliating and uncomfortable part. I know you women think men are just babies, but Rhett is a very private person, and he's easily embarrassed and a bit frightened about what he might hear from the doctor. So he looked again at the screen. It clearly said, "Do you have any medical questions today? Touch anywhere to begin." Well, Rhett thought about it for a moment. He decided he'd start with something easy. However, he didn't know that the screen is programmed to only wait so long for an answer, and then it'll move on to its next routine, which was an educational description of the various organs and systems within the body. Touch anywhere to begin, it said. So Rhett thought he'd ask about his heart, so he touched his chest. Instantly, a human heart was on the screen. But it wasn't there because Rhett touched his chest. It was there because the next video was about the heart. And Rhett didn't know that. But he listened to the narration and finally convinced himself this was a great way to get the questions answered that he had. That's why when Dr. Hammond opened the door, Rhett's rear end was about a foot from the TV, his trousers were around his ankles, and he was furiously pushing on his cheeks with both hands. The doctor said, "Rhett, what are you doing?" Rhett straightened up and turned toward the door, naked as a newborn, trying to be careful not to get tripped up and fall over. "Your TV doesn't work, Doc. I'm trying to find out about my prostate, and now it's talking about my spleen." Well, Dr. Hammond turned and took a deep breath, and he said, "Are you having any pain or anything unusual that might make you think you had a problem?" "No, everything's pretty much okay, I guess." "I'll tell you what, Rhett. Your blood work's back, your PSA numbers are excellent, you're 75 years old. I think we can skip that part this year." "Oh, that's great, Doc. Man, you don't know what a relief that is." Well, Rhett considered it his best exam ever. And so did Dr. Hammond.
Like what you've just heard? I Could Tell You Stories with Jack O'Brien is brought to you by Brick City Digital. Hi, I'm Michael Warren, and at Brick City Digital Marketing, we believe every business has a great story to tell. Our job is to help your business tell your story in a way that brings more customers to your door. We help small businesses just like yours with web design, social media, SEO, video, and more. Visit us online at brickcity.com or call 352-351-1131 for a free consultation.
It's Monday. Not sure how you did it, but you actually survived an entire 2 days without hearing from Tom. Good job to you. And once again, good luck.
Really good storyteller. Joe Martone in studio with me. Joe,
Good Monday morning, Thomas.
good morning.
You had a spirited.
Oh yeah, the sheriff was here. Had a good time.
But I didn't know that about the FEMA taking money.
Yeah, taking money, and that concerns me because
What?
just in the Caribbean there are two disturbances that the National Hurricane Service says within the next 3 to 4 days will both become tropical depressions, maybe join up and become a hurricane. And now I'm finding out money's going to the to the border to help people instead of FEMA hurricane relief.
Well, I didn't realize that they were shipping the illegals, quote unquote,
back here.
anywhere.
Yeah,
Oh, we got a lot of room. Let's spread them out.
that's what they're doing. And not
Who came up with that
and
plan?
not documenting them once they spread them out.
And no checking for COVID-19.
Nope. Nope. Scabies and lice, according to the sheriff.
Scabies. I don't know what scabies are. Do you know what
It's a
scabies?
skin bug.
Skin bug. I know what lice is, but
Yeah.
scabies.
So
That's more important than COVID-19, I guess.
it's a mess at the border.
So COVID-19 is not a real thing.
Well,
Ah!
I guess you're thrown off YouTube.
Sorry, I took you off track. Go ahead.
Yeah, the
was
National Hurricane Center is monitoring 2 tropical waves that could impact the Caribbean in the coming days. One system has a 60% chance of developing over the next 3 to 5 days, while the other has a lower chance of 40%. Forecasters say some of the conditions supportive of tropical development will be in play this week, while others will not. So they say there's about a 60 to 65% chance these two will become one and become a hurricane. And it's just in the Caribbean. And, you know, a lot of the models now show that it could go anywhere from curl around and just stay out in the Atlantic,
Or
come across Florida, or to go below Cuba and go up to the Gulf of Mexico.
we're looking at
they
a
really don't know where it's going right now.
2-week window.
Probably.
Yeah.
8 days.
Okay.
But it's never too early.
Days a week.
Yeah, it's never too early to start looking at it and paying attention to the tropics, because right now, late August, September, and early October, that's the busy season for Florida.
Yeah, I know.
That's the busy time for Florida.
Yeah, I know.
And so the next one that'll be named will be Fred.
Frightening Fred.
Then I forget what the G is, but it's not Ginger, and it should be.
Yeah, Gloria.
Is it Gloria?
I don't know.
It should be Ginger.
Ginger, why?
Fred and Ginger.
Fred. Yeah, that's right. True. Yeah, right.
I mean, it just should be. Fred and
For
Ginger.
those who know what that is.
Yeah. If you ever watched a dance movie, it's probably Fred, Ginger, and Gene.
He knew how to dance.
Yeah, Fred could dance.
He knew dance.
Ginger Rogers could dance too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
But
Yeah.
Fred Astaire knew how to dance.
Well, they put him in the front, but if you ever watch their feet, she's doing the same steps he is.
Oh yeah.
The same. I'm going, wow.
But I just want everybody to know that the formation chances through the next 48 hours for the first one is about 50%. For the next 5 days, about 60%. Disturbance 2 formation for the next 48 hours, about 30%. Over the next 5 days, about 40%. So one of them looks like it's definitely going to turn into something, and the other one could be devoured by that one because they're so close together.
Oh, yeah. And then they could be a
superstorm.
doubleheader.
And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
My goodness.
But it's one of the things we live with. Like people are all upset in California about these wildfires. You chose to live there. You chose to build a home on the side of a mountain that has brush and trees, where your state won't allow you to have retention ponds or won't allow you to clear the underbrush from the forest. You live there, buy the insurance, and if it burns your house down, rebuild. That's what we do in Florida.
Just like here, if you have sinkholes,
Yeah.
you have, and there's far and few insurance companies that have sinkhole
Right.
coverage.
Because we sit on an aquifer. It could open up at any moment. Scott, the phone lines. Good morning. You're on with Tom and Joe on Ocala Talks.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. And this whole illegal immigration situation is purely disingenuous. Our president is sitting up there on his high horse and talking about what super spreaders we are in Florida as he's dumping illegal aliens on us. But the 4 easiest legal ways to enter the country from any foreign country are agricultural worker, domestic worker, student visa, tourist visa. There's not a lot of hoops to jump, and you're here perfectly legally, and there is at that point a path to citizenship. But coming with no papers, you're just you're going to be victimized because you have no papers. You're dragging down the wage for legal workers, and some of these people are outright criminals in the same sense as the Italian mafia was.
Okay, with that in mind, that whole thing about pulling us down with wages and everything. Right now, we are in such a pickle.
Thanks for the call, Jim.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. We are in such a pickle with our employees that don't want to work. So there are no employees out there. So we can't really bitch about it. I'm sorry. It's like, hey,
Well, there's a new study out
Oh, another one.
that says they're not going back to work. It has nothing to do with lack of labor force.
No.
They're not going back to work because they say until we go back, you need to pay us $15 an hour before we come back to work.
So the whole United States went union.
Pretty much. There's a new study. An economist from Harvard said this is not a labor force issue.
Right.
This is a wage issue, and these people are saying you need to pay us or we're not coming back to work. And right now, because they don't have to pay rent because there's a moratorium on that, they don't have to pay insurance or anything because a lot of them get the Obamacare for free. They don't have to. Their student loans don't have to be paid because there's a moratorium on that. So right now, how are they? If they're not working, how are they getting their money? They don't have to pay for anything. They're not having to pay rent right now. Rent's free.
I wish I had that. I tell you what. I'm going to give you a little lesson with the unions and what have you.
Wait, can we do that after the break?
Okay.
Let's do it after the break. We'll talk about the unions when we come back from the break. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper, delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area